Sure, yeah. I'll start sharing my screen and then we'll get started. Let me know when you see it. Do you see it? Can you hear me okay? Do you see the presentation?
We can see you. Just a second.
Sure.
Let us set your screens. Please wait.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead now.
Hey everyone, my name is Wilson, co-founder of BlockSurvey. I'm today really glad to be part of this event and share my experience on how I started from a simple hackathon to do a business today. I'll just keep it very informal, give you as much information as possible. You can ask me all questions. So happy to help you so that think of this hackathon, what you're going to get into, as a platform to build a business from today. All right, so you always have that thought as well as also an idea about how you can get started or bootstrap a business from a hackathon. That would be my key takeaway. If you're building a business out of a hackathon, there is nothing like it. I think it's a big win for the community, big win for all the people around you. So just keep that in mind. All right. So there are quite a lot of stuff I wanted to speak upon. To start with, I'll give you my backstory on how I started my journey from a simple hackathon, then how I went on to launch it, launch my product, find the early customers, paying customers, and then how we are continuing to bootstrap from the funds what we are receiving from them. All right, and then I'll give you share my screen and walk you through where do I hang out, where do I find my audience, how do I find my audience, and how do I convince them to pay for your service, right? And then how do you make your product better so that the next set of audience come into use, or we are talking about scale, how you can have thousands of users coming onboarding to your platform, and how do you make them to use your platform. To give you an idea of what is BlockSurvey, BlockSurvey is a secure online forms and survey tool. Think of like the Google Forms, what you have used in this event to fill up. It's an alternative to that, but with a focus on privacy and security. It could be used for a wide variety of users, could be for data collection, could be any form of research, market research. If you wanted to get an opinion, collect customer feedback, product feedback, say even registrations and so on, you're collecting data, and you need the tools like this to collect data. So this is helpful when the audience is massive or your population is bigger. You need tools like this to collect data, and then you will analyze the data, right? So there have been existing tools in this place. It's not a new category, right? So I'm not creating a new category. All you are seeing is there is set of tools, but then I'm focusing only on privacy and security in this space. The tools out there today doesn't offer you this today, and that's where we are standing out. We are focusing on a very niche audience who care about privacy, who care about security, and BlockSurvey is for them. Think of it like an alternative to how Signal or Telegram it is to WhatsApp today. And that's where we are positioning. All right, so that's BlockSurvey for you. So how did we start? So in 2019, in August, Can't Be Evil is a hackathon conducted by Blockstack. So today it is called as Stacks, but back then it is called as Blockstack. And we participated in the hackathon, and what you're seeing is just a bunch of my friends. I think all three of us, we participated in the hackathon, and we built the product for about 10 days, and we wanted to test it, and we started it rather than just killing the product as part of a hackathon, we either win or lose. We wanted to continue that journey, so we made a commitment. We said we'll build for 30 days non-stop, and we will make it a minimum viable or a usable product or a lovable product. So you would have come across this term called as MVP. MVP is a viable product, that is, at least it has to be um, accepted by people, and that's what they call it, as a viable product. But then we didn't focus on the viability of it. We thought we wanted people to love this product for some reason, and people are looking for alternative. If they are looking for alternative, if they see that, okay, there is a secure alternative or a privacy focused alternative, they have to love this. That's the only simple goal what we had. We went ahead and built it for 30 days. And what did we do? How did we go about building it? And whatever you are seeing with Stacks today is possible. You can build apps like BlockSurvey. You can build like any consumer focused products on top of Stacks. All right. So where does Stack fit in, and why we have to build on Stacks, and why is BlockSurvey different, right? So if you see this image, we have come through a generation of era, right? Internet era, or the web era, what we call it as. We are constantly moving generation from generation. We are upgrading ourselves on the web space. As and when we see the internet is becoming seamless, we are continuing to move to a more in a metaverse space, or a web space, where we are very much integrated to the web today. So unlike 10 years before, we aren't, but today we are tuning into the web. I think there is a very fine line between your physical world and the digital world, and that's the era we are in. But then let's look at how that era is. So if you reflect back and see, in the desktop era, hardly we would have any internet connectivity, right? So you would install apps in your desktop and you would play, correct? And with little bit of connectivity coming in, slowly the app started moving to the cloud era, right? The cloud space, where you go to websites, you use services, right? I think Google Form is an example, JotForm is an example. And if you see here, there is a new era which is getting built right now, which is called a decentralized era. It is still the cloud era, but then on top of it, to give you the trust, to give you the security, give you the privacy, you have to use crypto. So crypto, what I mean by crypto is crypto as a protocol. What I mean by that is crypto or the blockchain, right? At the bed, it's an infrastructure. Think of like all the internet, the web infrastructure is there. Like how your protocols are there today. On top of those protocol, visualize and see blockchain as a protocol, and on top of that, you can build applications which will give you customers, consumers, the privacy, the security, the trust, the decentralization, transparency, and so on. All the fundamentals of blockchain, right? So the principles of blockchain, or the value that blockchain brings in, is possible. So each era has been disrupted. If you see desktop era, no one creates desktop apps today, and everyone is creating cloud era. Now we are at the right junction where this cloud era is being disrupted as well. So if you see here, I think so I have put my competitors where they fit in. So today you see Alchemy, SurveyMonkey, they all started from the desktop era, they moved into cloud era. Now we are positioning ourselves. We are one of the first players to position in the decentralized era. So we use Stacks to build it. So why Stacks? Now you may ask, there are plenty of blockchains available, right? So there is Ethereum, there is Cardano, there are plenty of programmable blockchains available. But then we were looking at the wide spectrum of all the blockchains available in the industry, and then we chose Stacks for the very simple reason it is developer friendly. Think about a programming language which is so difficult, and you can't create applications for end users. You can't bootstrap a product in 30 days, correct? Or you can't create an app in a hackathon and create a product out and get it to the world. It's so difficult, right? And blockchain was difficult, but Stacks is so simple. All you have to do is read through their docs, read through the code examples which is available here. You will be able to build apps in few days. It is that simple. It is developer focused. It is application focused. You don't have to understand how the blockchain works. You don't have to understand how the Bitcoin works. You don't have to understand how your transactions are working. You have to understand at the topmost level, but then it is all abstracted. All you need is set of tool sets to build apps. Think of like how no code is, right? So how people are building websites today using the drag and drop form builders, drag and drop, say components and so on, right? And that's how it is how easy it is becoming today with stacks today. So it is very developer focused. It is application focused. You don't have to worry about what is underneath. Just focus. It helps you to focus only on the application or the problem or the solution you wanted to provide. And that's what stacks allows you to do that. All right. So that's why we chose stacks. And we were surprised. We wanted to write a privacy focused tool. That's it. And we were able to do it in 30 days using stacks. It's so easy and you will be able to do that. And that's the reason we chose stacks. And when you are getting into the hackathon, you will know more about it, how simple it is compared to all the other blockchains out there. All right. So what we did is we launched it on product end. So you create a solution in a hackathon, irrespective of however it is, right? Even if it is bad, if it is buggy, or whatever it is, we were shameless, to be honest. We went ahead and launched it. What I am showing you is the launch I had yesterday. If you go to product.com, we are there, and we finished as a fourth place on the product of the day. But then you go back and see all the BlockSurvey, how we have transitioned. If you look at the first beta version, we feel shameful of what we have created. It's because that was the state it is in, right? And that's the development also what we have made over a period of time. So we went ahead and shamelessly launched it. There were few free users initially who came into the platform. And then one fine day we decided there is enough interest. We said, well, let's do it full time, and we went full time. We went full time. We are a team of 5 right now, and we are a company right now. We formed it as a company, and we are continuing to work on this. So right now we have about 500 plus customers, and recently we closed a deal with Brave browser. They are our customers. They are using BlockSurvey for running surveys and collecting data. And it is possible. Whatever we have done from a hackathon, it is possible, and each and every one of you can do it as well. All right. That's all I had on the BlockSurvey. This is the backstory. That's my journey. We are making money. All right. If you write a product which is going to be in this space, definitely people will pay you. People will pay you. People respect products which are focused on privacy and security, and there are enough audience to pay, and there are enough audience who will pay and use your product. All right, that's all I wanted to leave you with BlockSurvey. Let me show you how I run this. All right, so how do I go about doing it every day, right? How do I find my customers? What are the things you should think about? Let me give you a brief idea. If there are any questions, happy to take. Let me go there. Are there any questions? Saida, I should read from questions on the chat. Is that right?
Hello? Yes.
All right. Do we have any? I don't think so. I have. The last one was at 7:34. So
Okay, so let me see. So far, no.
all right. Okay. So let me proceed. All right. So firstly, how you can launch your product. So you will have an idea, correct? You will ideate. You will you will know what your problem you're going to solve, correct? There are when you take a problem to start with, always think about two things. What is the problem? How big is the problem? Even if you relate that problem for yourself, if you are seeing, if you are feeling there is a problem, then go ahead and build it. All right. You don't have to validate it. Go with your gut feeling. All right. For hackathon, don't spend too much time on ideating it. If you feel that this is an idea, I think it will work. This is what I feel. This is my gut feel that I see it as a problem, and thousand others will see the same problem in their worldview. If you think that, go ahead and build it. All right. Don't dwell too much on research. Don't read much about it. Don't uh, speak about this idea to other people to validate it. Just blindly go ahead and build it. All right. Build it quickly, ship it, find the early customers, see if it works. If it doesn't work, move on to the next product. All right. So that should be your approach. Iterate in a way where 30 days you're going to find out whether this product is lovable or not, lovable by people or not. Can this be a business or not? That should be the goal. All right. So for that problem, whatever you are facing, you have to find an audience. All right. So for block survey, the problem was very simple. What we did is uh, we were using tools like Google Form, SurveyMonkey to research about the problem. What we built is we built a set of 5 or 10 questionnaires, and using those questionnaires, we were circulating among our friends and family to answer, to understand. Okay, is this really a problem, or have you faced this problem? Do you think this will help for you? To our surprise, the tools that what we are using, the ideas and the insights what we are gathering from the survey tools are not encrypted at all. It is open, which means anyone can look into the data from the organization point of view, from the platform provider, right? So they can look into your data. We thought, okay, that is itself a problem. Then a simple search on a secondary search or a secondary market research on the search engines return results that there have been data leaks and breaches which has happened in this space, which means none of your data is safe in these platforms, right? It's because centralized tech is built like that. So either there is a threat from outside or there is a threat from within the organization as well, right? It's because data is all open and they're never encrypted. And if someone takes it up and puts it up outside, then they're all open, right? That is a problem. So we found there was no tool to research, do market research. So we identified BlockSurvey with that problem. So what we did is we wanted to find, has anyone found this problem? All right. So where do you go ahead and validate it? So the best place I have come across so far is on the forums. Look at all the forums, right? So what are forums? What I mean by forums is look at Quora, look at Reddit, look at community platforms like Indie Hackers. All right, and look at YouTube as well. Go to YouTube and see if people are mentioning this problem. Probably they might be speaking about it or communicating it. Look at groups, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, just to see, has this been problem talked about? Is anyone looking for such a software? Is anyone searching for such a software? Right? You can you will get a queue of it. How much is an interest? All right. So if you know where they have asked this, then you have found that there is an audience who is there in a community. All right. All right. So that is where you find your channels. So channels are nothing but where does your audience are hanging out today. All right. You may have to find out. Take for example, if you're building something on crypto, right? So you know it. You know who your audience is, right? So it's because if you're creating an alternative in the crypto space, you know it, there are already people who are there in certain channels. Say for me, for BlockSurvey, say for example, someone who is using Google Forms in when I see it in LinkedIn or Facebook or on all the channels, right? When they distribute or when they even when I receive it in email, uh, I I kind of reach out to them. I reach out to them, ask them, okay, have you seen this problem? Do you see this is a problem? When you're doing market research, are you seeing this as a problem? So I kind of handpick and identify the audience and the channel. So usually for BlockSurvey, it is newsletters, it is communities, it is social media, and I just discover from them, and I try to go out and help out. All right. So if that is there, that is your initial set of audience. Whoever is having this maximum pain in this problem, those are your audience. And all you have to do is handpick them who is having the true problem, right? You have to find 100 fans from it. All right. So you have to get 100 fans. That should be your objective. So when you launch it, say in a 30-day, once you are done with the hackathon, on the 30th day, if you launch it, next to 30 days, all you have to do is stop all the development. All you have to do is find the 100 true fans. They have to be fans for you. So there are a lot of product enthusiasts or tech enthusiasts who are willing to try new products, right? Like think of like how people try listening to new music week after week. They try to find the new music, and when they love that music, they share it with people, correct? Like that, a lot of product enthusiasts are there in the market. A lot of product hunters are there, and that's why the platform itself is called as a product hunt, right? Once you launch it, you would see some people coming from there and telling you, hey, this is really good, go ahead and build it. They will give you feedback, what they are facing, what is the next feature you should build, and they will be ready to pay you. All right. So think of that and build that 100 true fans. All this has to be done in a non-scalable way. So what I mean by non-scalable way is don't do any automation. There has to be a human touch to it. You have to speak to people. Once you build it, even if one or two people are interested in it, get on a call with them, ask them why they are, how did they find you, why they are looking at such a solution, what is their pain point, right? Try to understand and try to be with your early audience and with your fans, and you will kind of build a cult around it. So same thing with take a look at stacks. There's a cult, right? It's forming a community is it's like almost like there's a cult following, right? It's because we love them. It's because they stayed together with us. They helped us out, right? So similarly, when you help people out, they would stick with you, and those initial fans are your growth engine. They would recommend to people in their circle in social media to get you all the other customers, all right, all the further customers. So don't do any automation, don't do any ads. I would say just go meet people virtually, understand with them, get on a call with them, and help them out, all right? Then never give it for free. All right. So how would you know uh, who's the right audience or who's the customer for you, right? A customer is looking to pay you when you solve their problem. It's as simple as that. All right. Don't keep your product for free. If you're building something on the consumer space, always charge for it. So you will get that true fan, 100 initial true fans easily. All right. So charge for it. Maybe you can give them a free trial for a few days, like say 7 days or something like that. But then if they are going to get value out of your product, charge for it. All right. So when you start seeing money coming in for the work what you have done, There is nothing like it. You will see it as a business. You will put all your energy, passion to work on it. You will think about how you wanted to build this in a full-fledged way. You might quit everything and then you will deep dive into it and do it full time, and all that is possible. All right, when you charge for it, you get that initial money flowing in, whatever it is, even if it is a few dollars. Say if an alternative product is charging, say, $20 or $30, at least to go ahead and charge at least minimum $5 or $10. All right, get that money coming in. Then keep iterating it as you see audience giving you feedback, customers giving you feedback. uh, Solve it, go ahead and solve it. If you see that if it is sticking, if it is aligned with your vision, you should immediately solve the problem further. All right, and that's about it. So you should be able to apply this framework and get started with it. Think about all these lines, and yeah, just go ahead and build a cool product. It need not be polished, it need not be so fancy. Make something very simple, where people can just start loving it. All right, I'll show you a little bit on how I have done it. You would see it. So BlockSurvey is a beta version. All right, do you see here beta over here? Look at the logo, the video, what we have put together. When we look at it right now, it's so fun, right? So you see here the messaging, everything. All we had is only a little bit of votes, a little bit of passionate early adopters. Look at the logo. We just created using some simple tools like online logo maker. I think today Canva is tools like Canva free version is just sufficient enough for you to create some logos like this and go live. All right, nothing super. Nothing is so polished. Okay, it's super simple. Just treat your first beta version like a scratch pad. All right. Then if you see here, you can go ahead and read a few of the comments from a year ago. How people are commenting, what they are looking at it. Uh, just few. So we got maybe first to 5 fans from this launch. Then once that launch is done, we launch it once again after 6 months, and that is about a few months ago. So if you see here, we have a revamped logo. We worked on branding. We made it. We made that our audience should feel good about using our product, and they should feel that they should recommend us to others, right? So we worked on it. So you can see how we started, how audience are looking at it, how they are reacting to the product. All right. Then yesterday I launched it again. It's because I wanted to show you primarily for you folks that relaunching again to show you how audience are reacting. All right. So and we did about yesterday we sold about for about $1,000. We made about $1,000 just by giving them lifetime access. All right. So you can find customers definitely. Whatever you're building, think that there is definitely an audience waiting for you to pay. Get that money. Once that money is flowing in, you would see it as a business, and see business is primarily what I see is helping people out. Have the vision to help as many people out, create that dent. All right, so there is a huge opportunity in the decentralized era. Our cloud era will eventually become a decentralized era. There is going to be alternative in every category, right? And think of alternative in every space, and all that is possible. I wanted to leave you with those thoughts. Be pumped up, be energetic, don't hesitate. Yeah, be shameless in showing whatever you're working. Even if your product is not working, show it to 10 people. All right, ask them what could be better, how can we do it better. All right, then for traction, there is this book called as Traction. Will help you to bootstrap your business. This is a book by Gabriel Weinberg, who's the creator of DuckDuckGo. If you know DuckDuckGo search engine, so he's a creator of it. It's an excellent book. At least will give you a jump start on how you have to find the early customers and grow. All right. I would say read this one. And the other book I would advise is go for Lean Startup. You look at Lean Startup methodology and see how it will work. And also, I would say create a Lean Startup canvas. All right, let me quickly show you what I have. So if you see here, this is BlockSurvey's Lean canvas. So what I'm saying is, this is something very simple. If you go to Miro.com, they have it. All right, so you don't have to worry about it. Just see the problem solution and okay, this is the problem. All right, so the problem is very simple. So existing survey and the tools fail to create a safe and a secure way to collect data. So I have some key points like not secure, not private. There is no ownership of data. UI UX is so boring, right? Think of someone filling forms in Google Form. It's so boring. People are tired of it seeing 1,000 times, right? There is nothing new to it. All right, it's okay. It's yet another Google form. Let me fill it, right? And it's not brandable. People will feel like you are using another software, right? And you will not feel like it is your own software, right? So these are the problems I identified it. Then if you see here, also from the data collectors, they want to own their data. They want to keep secure. So what is the solution? Secure data collection tool, make it affordable for individuals and businesses. That's it. My unique value proposition is start to own your data, high security at an affordable price. Wanted to reach to a very specific audience, all right? And what is the advantage? Whenever you are building on Web 3.0, blockchain building on an open platform, on a decentralized platform is your unprecedented advantage. All right, so you can see customer segments, and I have few goals as well. Where should I get to? Say what are the alternatives there, key metrics. So I'm looking at all these things, right? So I wanted, if 10,000 people are signing up, I wanted 10% of them to pay to my software and use, and I want to reach $10,000. Right now we are at $2,000 per month. We are making $2,000 per month. And you can do as well. It's super simple once you get that initial money flowing. All right, and the high level concept is decentralized survey and form tool. So channels you see here, I'm going after communities heavily. People look for free tools as well, free tool directories. You can get listed in your directory. Use social networks. Use SEO at the end. To maybe you can look at write to all the newsletters, right? There are a lot of newsletters who are looking for content. You can reach out to them and say that you're working on this. Would it be possible to feature my tool on your tool, on your newsletter? All right. Then this is we did a lifetime deal. So all our early fans, we wanted to convert them. They were free users initially, and we wanted to convert them. We said, hey, why don't you pay a one-time fee and be our lifetime user? It's because you are a fan, and why don't you support us with? And they were happy to support us. All right. Then looking at all the revenue streams, right? So there are so many revenue streams possible. You look at paid customers. If you have an interesting solution, apply to stacks grants, run lifetime deals, and so on. And yeah, even last week I came across a company from Pakistan called Brand Overflow. They did a lifetime deal and they made $250,000. All right, so it's possible. So a lot of work is happening in this space. Just focus on all these. All right, so this is available on Miro.com. I would say put a lean canvas, have this ready. That's it. You don't need anything else. No business plan, nothing. All you need is just one simple lean canvas to capture all your ideas. That's all I had. If there are any questions, happy to take.